This Yuki guy, I'm telling. The way he just keeps getting bothered. Holy shit, he's like, oh, son of a bitch, bro. He's always fucking up shit. Imagine if Yuki's like, hey, buddy, I was doing this for you. And he's like, you son of a bitch. I know you're not, but I'll let you live. My brain is trembling after the Granbell Rosso reveal. He ain't no true hero in present day, but damn if he wasn't a true hero back in the day. And the what if Rimuru would have met him at the beginning of his heroing versus the end, the alliance would have went crazy. Now do me a solid, make sure you leave a like to this video, share your support, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't already. You can also hype it to help push it to even more people, but Patreon is where you can catch my full live reactions to all these episodes and more. There's so much to fucking break down this week. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. This season has just made me love the antagonists, like top 5. Mario Bell, Granbell, Yuki. Fucking in my top 5 right now for slime characters. So fascinating. I like morally complex characters, and I ain't saying dude ain't doing some sus shit, because what do you mean, like, Mario Bell be looking the way she does, having her sit on your lap to, you know, need to be locked up by the end of his life. I ain't gonna deny that. And what the fuck is he doing with the corpse of the OG body? He's talking about the end of his life. I mean, bro is like, what, 2,000 years old at this point? I feel like he's putting his life force into the corpse of her to keep her around. And I mean, to be fair, I mean, there's personalities there. I mean, good for you, I guess. But it's so interesting because when we really take a step back, right? What is Rimuru's purpose in Tensura? Beyond just making sure his people don't cause Armageddon when they get a temper tantrum that someone disrespected a slime. It is to bring about a coexistence where monsters and humans can just exist and we're not always at each other's throats. Now, whether or not that's actually possible remains to be seen. But to be honest, the alliance he ended up making with Luminous and himself, I mean, had we met that version of him, at any point in Tensura, from the beginning to now, and he was only a few hundred years in before big deaths and betrayal, I think this guy would have been one of his biggest allies. I truly do. Maybe people will disagree with that, but this was a man who I think we could have worked with. I really do. I think it'd be a missed opportunity not to at some point do a side story of this man's hero journey. I think there's some interesting things to explore. To be honest, there's been multiple characters in Tensura I felt this way about, but I feel like there's just so much content that we could make a spin-off anime. The thing about Tensura is there's going to be some weird shit that happens, right? I think it's hilarious that people make Diddy jokes about Leon last week. Personally, I thought it was going to be family, but I did think it was funny, the concept of having some little girl's picture and he's like almost worshiping it. I mean, we'll get to it in a bit, but turns out sister, so I mean, ain't no Diddy allegations. Granbell here, aka Granbell, has way more sus shit going on with him. But he is a fascinating character. When you look at the dynamics we have going on, Leon's looking for Chloe, Granbell's doing his final last stand, saying, I don't got much time left, anyone who sticks with me, you're gonna die, has complete loyalty. Luminous and Rimuru dynamic going on right now. There's so many moving parts, and I think this is legitimately going to be a damn near impossible Tensura season to top. I mean, it helps that it's technically going to be 5 cores long, but even if I'm just looking at these 2 cores, man, the antagonist role this season has been fucking next level. The thing too is I think Granbell actually represents something that I've kind of talked about for a long time, and that is the genuine fear of Rimuru, right? The thing about power is power will corrupt. It doesn't matter how much good intentions you have. When you're in a position of ruling over and, you know, ruling a country, whatever it is, you're going to have to start making hard decisions. And eventually those decisions are going to get clouded. No one should live as long as he has, right? And that's part of my fear with someone like Rimuru. Rimuru is a wholesome god. And as long as he can control his people, maybe the world's fine. The issue is when you live 2,000 years, eventually it doesn't matter how good you are, eventually you become a Granbell, right? Or someone like him. And I think, in a way, this kind of mirrors what Rimuru's future could look like if he lives too long. I mean, look at some of the people that are on his side now. The only reason they kind of, like, got a second chance is because we smacked them on the nose enough and they stopped being an edgelord. It's interesting. There's a lot of really interesting subject matter, and I think this is why Slime has been elevated from a really great show that I'd come back every season to watch to a truly amazing show for me right now with where the world building and characterization has gone. Now, as for Leon, right? Bro is smart. He is not your run-of-the-mill, I just jump in head first, I don't think things through. Like, he knows shit's sus, he knows things are off. But also, we know how important it is for him to find Chloe, especially after that quick little flashback we had during his dream sequence, right? So, definitely, he's avoiding the allegations. Like, I think Granbell's the one with the allegations in terms of what's been going on with the whole Mari shit. Like, that's the real sus shit. Him wanting to seemingly find his sister, I mean, makes total sense to me. I mean, at least that's how they're implying it. It's interesting. I do think it is very, very likely Rimuru and him get along. There might be some conflict at first, but as long as we get around the we're not trying to traffic Chloe, we should be fine. And if so, that will be another little point in the Demon Lord army that we're building. But this is why I like Tensura, man. I don't think it started off as being some 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but I did think it started off being a very entertaining city civilization building simulator. And the more we've got into this, the more we started to explore with everything, the more I realized that this show getting a full adaptation, like sometimes you look at like what isekais are like on the path to getting a full adaptation, you say, I can think of like a few no, I'm glad. I'm very, very glad this one is going to be one of those because damn, you know a show's good when the antagonists are some of your favorite characters, not because the main characters are bad, but just because they're not just like generically evil. Like, what was I always saying about Mariabelle? Like, people were getting annoyed initially. Now they've come around because they saw that I was right, that her fear of Rimuru was justified. But the reason was because when you put yourself in these characters' shoes, you understand where they're coming from, right? 2,000 years of how power corrupts. Anyone's gonna get Rimuru would get corrupted after 2,000 years. I refuse to take questions on that. You know what I mean? There's a lot to explore here. I think Tensura is on a roll. I think this is its absolute best season. And as I always say, if you fucking get triggered by that, no, its best season is yet to come. It doesn't fucking matter. We haven't seen that content. When someone says it's the best season, it's the best season that has been released. Use your fucking brains. Isekai fans, am I right? Either way, 10 out of 10 episode, one of my personal favorite episodes of Tensura, period. Granbell, Yuki, I mean, Yuki's just that thorn in Rimuru's side. I love that fucking reaction when Rimuru gets told that Yuki's up to no good. He's like, fucking hell again? Is comedy gold. You let me know your thoughts on this week's episode. Do you agree with me? Had we met him hundreds, if not thousands of years ago, when he was still in his heroing prime, he could have been one of Rimuru's greatest allies. I truly believe they were two sides of the same coin. Unfortunately, we are completely different coins now, but what could have been? Crazy. True Demon Lord, true hero. How the mighty can fall. Your thoughts, though. Make sure you leave a like on this video, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell, and yes, Patreon for live reactions over there, and other exclusives, because you know I also got to give those video shoutouts too, because my patrons do make this YouTube channel possible. So today we got Buonake, Monica Lazuria, Jesse Kent, Kyle Kolchuk, Marsh, Hunter D. Lupin, Zeno, Yuki Ali, Zython, and we also have Rogue Knight. So I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.